In 2024, the global motorcycle industry was hit by an unexpected and severe downturn, sending shockwaves through manufacturers, dealerships, and consumers alike. Iconic brands like Harley-Davidson, Honda, and Yamaha, long associated with engineering excellence, innovation, and the spirit of adventure, are now grappling with one of the most challenging periods in recent history. Sales have plummeted across multiple segments. Inventories are piling up at alarming rates, and aggressive competition from affordable alternatives is intensifying the crisis. For example, Harley-Davidson's flagship touring bikes experienced a significant 8% year-over-year decline, while Honda's once dominant CRF series saw a 7% drop over the same period. Even Yamaha, which has a diverse and loyal fan base, reported a 5% decline in global sales. These aren't isolated incidents. This is an industry-wide phenomenon. Manufacturers and dealerships across the board are now facing a perfect storm of rising costs, shifting consumer preferences, and competition from electric vehicles and emerging markets. This sudden downturn has left motorcycle companies at a crossroads. What caused this unprecedented slump? What does it mean for the future of the industry and for riders like you? Today, we'll take a deep dive into the unfolding crisis, analysing the factors behind these declining sales, the repercussions for the motorcycle market, and the opportunities and risks this presents for buyers. Let's start with the hard facts. In the first 3 quarters of fiscal year 2024, global motorcycle sales fell by 4.8%, according to industry data from Motorcycle News. While this number might seem modest at first glance, the decline is more alarming when broken down by region and segment. In the United States, one of the largest and most lucrative motorcycle markets, Harley-Davidson reported a 6% sales drop for its iconic Road Glide and Street Glide models, which are a staple of the brand's touring lineup. Japanese manufacturers, typically known for their reliability and affordability, also felt the pinch. Honda's sales in the US declined by 5.3%, with its CRF 250L and other dual sport models experiencing the steepest declines. Yamaha's MT-07, a bike beloved by beginner and intermediate riders, saw a 4% reduction in sales, while Suzuki reported a 6% drop, citing lackluster demand for its sport bike and adventure categories. In Europe, the situation is equally dire. Motorcycle registrations were down by 4.3% across the continent in 2024, with countries like Italy and Germany, traditionally strong markets for two-wheelers, reporting double-digit declines in certain segments. Emerging markets like India and Southeast Asia, long considered strongholds for affordable motorcycles, also experienced a slowdown. In India, where Royal Enfield and Honda typically dominate, overall sales dipped by 3.5%, with a notable decline in entry-level commuter bikes. The current downturn in motorcycle sales isn't just a result of one or two factors. Instead, it's a perfect storm of interconnected issues, each contributing to the industry's struggles. Let's break down the main drivers of this crisis. One of the most significant challenges facing motorcycle companies is the steady rise in prices across the board. Manufacturers have been pushing higher MSRPs in recent years to cover the cost of advanced features, stricter emissions compliance, and supply chain disruptions caused by the pandemic. As a result, motorcycles that were once considered affordable are now out of reach for many consumers. Take Honda's CRF 300L, for instance. Once a go-to choice for budget-conscious adventure riders, the model's price has increased by nearly 20% over the last 5 years. Similarly, Yamaha's R3, a favourite among beginner sport bike riders, now costs significantly more than comparable models from newer competitors like CF Moto. This trend is particularly concerning in a time when inflation and rising interest rates are already squeezing consumers' budgets. Another major issue is the decline in the number of motorcycle buyers, particularly among younger generations. Baby boomers and Generation X were traditionally the backbone of the motorcycle industry. embracing motorcycles as symbols of freedom and rebellion. However, Millennials and Gen Z don't share the same enthusiasm for two-wheelers. For many younger consumers, motorcycles are seen as luxury items rather than practical modes of transportation. Urbanization, the rise of ride-sharing services, and improved public transit options have further reduced the appeal of motorcycles as a primary means of transportation. As a result, brands are struggling to attract new riders, especially in developed markets like the US and Europe. While established manufacturers like Honda, Yamaha, and Harley-Davidson are raising prices, competitors like Royal Enfield, CF Moto, and KTM are gaining market share by offering affordable and high-quality motorcycles. Royal Enfield's Meteor 350, for example, has been a massive success in both developed and emerging markets. Priced significantly lower than similar models from Japanese manufacturers, it offers a compelling combination of style, performance, and affordability. Chinese brands like CF Moto are also making inroads, offering feature-rich bikes at prices that undercut their more established rivals. Electric motorcycles are quickly becoming the future of the industry, but for now, they're creating significant disruption. Established brands have been slow to transition to EVs, leaving room for newcomers like Zero Motorcycles and Energica to capture market share. Even Tesla, rumoured to be developing its own electric motorcycle, is a looming threat. Harley-Davidson's Livewire, while innovative, hasn't been enough to compete with rivals like Zero, whose electric motorcycles offer better range and affordability. Honda, Yamaha, and Kawasaki have also been slow to roll out their EV models, missing out on the growing demand for eco-friendly two-wheelers. Another critical issue facing motorcycle manufacturers is the growing problem of inventory overload. During the post-pandemic recovery, companies ramped up production to meet what they expected to be surging demand. However, that demand hasn't materialized, leaving dealerships with a glut of unsold inventory. As of January 2025, Harley-Davidson dealerships were sitting on a 68-day supply of road glides, with over 30,000 units in stock. Honda's CRF 300L had a 74-day supply, forcing dealerships to offer deep discounts just to move units. Yamaha's MT-07, a bike that usually sells out quickly, now has 20% more inventory than dealers typically carry. This oversupply is creating tension between dealerships and corporate leadership. Dealers want manufacturers to scale back production, but brands fear that reducing output will lead to lost market share. The result is a vicious cycle of unsold inventory, rising storage costs, and strained dealer profitability. The effects of the sales slump are being felt most acutely at the dealership level. Historically, motorcycle dealerships have enjoyed strong margins and steady demand, particularly for popular models like the Harley-Davidson Street Glide and Honda Africa Twin. With sales slowing and inventory piling up, dealerships are now being forced to resort to uncharacteristically deep discounts to clear stock. For instance, dealerships are offering cash rebates of up to £3,000 on certain trims of Harley-Davidson's touring bikes. Honda dealerships are slashing prices on the CRF 300L by as much as 15%, while Yamaha dealers are offering 0% APR financing on models like the MT-07 and R1. Some dealerships have even started renting additional storage space to handle the overflow of unsold inventory, a move that further eats into already thin profit margins. Perhaps the most concerning aspect of this crisis is the potential damage to the reputations of iconic brands. For decades, companies like Harley-Davidson, Honda, and Yamaha have been synonymous with reliability, innovation, and customer satisfaction. However, the current downturn is starting to tarnish those legacies. Riders are becoming increasingly vocal about rising prices, which many see as out of touch with market realities. Long-time loyalists are exploring alternatives, citing better deals and more innovative features from competitors like Royal Enfield and Zero. Moreover, the slow transition to electric motorcycles is eroding consumer confidence. While rivals like Tesla and Energica are making headlines with cutting-edge EV technology, Traditional manufacturers are being left behind. Honda's delayed EV rollout, for example, has created an opportunity for competitors to capture market share. For riders, the current turmoil in the motorcycle industry presents both opportunities and risks. On the one hand, the glut of unsold inventory means that now is a great time to find deals on popular models. Cash rebates, low APR financing, and discounts of up to $3,000 are becoming increasingly common. On the other hand, there are risks to consider. With manufacturers struggling to stabilize, long-term depreciation and service support could become issues. Riders should tread carefully, conduct thorough research, and consider waiting for further market stabilization before making a purchase. The current crisis is a pivotal moment for the motorcycle industry. Will established brands like Harley-Davidson, Honda, and Yamaha adapt to the changing market, or will they lose ground to newer, more aggressive competitors? Only time will tell. One thing is clear, the road ahead will be challenging. If you're in the market for a new motorcycle, make sure to take advantage of the current discounts while doing your due diligence. Stay informed, ride smart, and keep an eye on the evolving landscape of the motorcycle world. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates on the motorcycle industry. Ride safe, and we'll see you in the next video.